for growing. It has been unveiled for its next use, for its next purpose, for its next mission. And you are no different. You have been unearthed. To elevate and to become integrated with other souls who also were underwater and now are able to move in a much lighter energetic space. The water isn't restricting you. It's not dense. It's been absorbed. You've alchemized that density. So enjoy this new feeling of peace and contentment and lightness of being. Hi, and welcome back. Thanks for popping in. September 7th, 2025. It is a total eclipse blood moon today. I'm in Kamloops, BC, which is in Canada, so western part of the world, which apparently in the Americas, so North and South America, we won't be able to experience the full total eclipse. However, we are experiencing the energetic awakening, the reemergence. I believe just as strongly as anyone else, and especially for highly sensitive people, even more so, who experience the subtle changes and also the very dramatic ones and can anticipate them coming in and where it may be leading us. So let's, not surprising, with this level of intense energy, emotions can be very edgy. So everything having kind of a line where you can only take so much. It's just like this little line, and it's very easy to fall or trip over it, jump off of it. And the dogs, their energy. Animals are such a fantastic indicator of what is coming next. And the experience that they are having reminds us, brings us back down. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you. So here's kind of a good example of how you may be feeling, and I know I have felt. So see these tracks in the grass that go all the way to the top? That was never a road. It was never meant to be a road. And the dogs are exactly their energy. It was never meant to be a road, but someone has just decided it would be a road and drove to the top. And we could choose to follow that path. We don't know where it goes. It just goes to the top of the hill. We'd have to walk that path and get to the top to see what the next part of the path is. We have to choose it, not knowing where it's going, where it's leading, if it's worthwhile. Is it on our journey or not, but we're getting presented with things like this where it's obviously been tracked down, so it would be easier to walk, but we would just have to choose to do it without knowing where it's going. Something would have to pull us to investigate, to be curious, to want to know. Or we could walk this way. There's no path, but it is much more flat. There's not a steep incline. It looks like a natural kind of pathway. No one has walked it before. There's no pre-existing path that you follow. But it just feels like it makes more sense because it's not straight up somewhere to possibly the edge of a cliff where you would have to backtrack and come back down and try a different route. But because someone else has gone there before, many people would just follow the path. Just blindly head down, not looking around to see other options. In my life, I've always, or tried to, so it hasn't always worked out, I've tried to have a better perspective, a more global perspective, to see smarter ways of engaging in my environment and moving myself through on this spiritual path. And sometimes it takes walking a certain way without a trail, and then you come upon one. So from our original vantage point over there, we didn't know that there was a trail that had been created. We had to just trust in ourselves that even if there wasn't one, we would find a way. And do we know where we're going, where this leads? No, but it's a much more gentle movement, more peaceful, not as strenuous or challenging. And I think that that's what we're being, or have been. We're past it. We've been presented with these choices. Do we just follow paths created by other people that seem well used, so they must be trustworthy? There's so many people who have used these paths. It must lead somewhere good. Or do we just trust our gut? Look for a different way, our own way. Make our path and then find others who have also made their own way, their own path. And it aligns you with them. So where are you on this mission of discovery? Have you just followed all of the paths that are already preformed for you? Routes, like main highways, not pausing to reflect looking around at your environment and following a pull that's inside of you that says, hey, that looks like something you might want to try. Or maybe you have, and that path you feel led you nowhere special, or led you to something that didn't end up feeling very good or rewarding. You may not even feel like you've learned anything. And what if you look at that situation and you say to yourself, I didn't know where that other path was going. And what if it ended very badly, much worse than what I'm experiencing right now? And what if me being on this path, which it has, allowed me to see more options and opportunities to take a new route that I wouldn't have seen on that highway that's just been plowed through with so many people just following it? And what if I continue to elevate myself to see even more options? And that I just trust that what I need will be delivered to me as I need it. And to let go of the steering wheel, thinking that you have some kind of control to overpower or bypass what you were meant to go through. What if? So having taken this little path, it's beautiful. It's a wide open space. It's not confined. It's not restricted to this arduous journey up a hill. It's lovely. Breathing freely. The expanse allows more energy to congregate, to come together without being forced together, without being funneled. It's free flowing together to manifest a new experience into being. And all because you just followed that pull, that gentle knowing that there was another way, an easier way. A more balanced way of existing. So with the experience of a tangible message for humanity, with this blood moon and total eclipse, we are being asked to look deep within ourselves, to see the space that we have within each one of us that is yearning to seamlessly connect with other energy that is flowing at the same frequency and creating the same vibration. To manifest this wide open space where we can exist and coexist not as separate energy, but as complementary energies. Because we're not being forced to coexist. We're not being forced to comply and conform. We have the space to be everything that we are innately, and to recognize that in others, and to see where one ends and one begins, that beautiful connection. The ebb and the flow of life in harmony. Choosing to see and express yourself in a way that calls in, that doesn't reject. That is elevated so much that old ways of thinking and being, and the struggles and the challenges and the hardship, is a hard-pressed memory to find, to access. And why would you? Other than to look at it for the learning that you have derived from it. Not for the events, but for what you were left with after, having integrated all of these soulful knowings, reminding you how truly essential you are to this entire paradigm, to this entire mission. So as we walked through this area that was once filled with a marsh and water that didn't allow access to this wide open space, we could see it two ways. We could see that the water has dried up and that's terrifying. Or we could see it as the earth is rich in minerals. It is perfect for growing. It has been unveiled for its next use, for its next purpose, for its next mission. And you are no different. You have been unearthed. To elevate and to become integrated with other souls who also were underwater and now are able to move in a much lighter energetic space. The water isn't restricting you. It's not dense. It's been absorbed. You've alchemized that density. So enjoy this new feeling of peace and contentment and lightness of being. Take a look around and see which way you want to go now. And align yourself with others who are also on that same path. So Until next time, everyone, stay safe and stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.